Hello everyone, welcome to Wicked West Books. My name is Meg West, and today I am going to go over my top 5 books of 2016 and my bottom 5 books of 2016. The original plan for this video was to do the top 10 for both in separate videos, but when I went over my reading list, I only really found 5 books that completely stood out to me as favorites for the year. There were some honorable mentions. It was by no means a bad reading year, but only 5 really stood out to me as spectacular. So I decided to do 5 of each and put them in the same video. Let's go ahead and start with the bad ones. Now, number 5 on the list is Ruby Red. I read the first book and the second book in this trilogy at the beginning of the year, and I did not even feel the need to finish the trilogy this year. Will I read the final book because I want to know what happens? Yes. But was I impressed? Definitely not. Now, the problem I had with this series is that the main character, I couldn't connect to her at all. I didn't like her. She came off as very, very unknowing to me, and I understand that she's being thrown into this world she doesn't understand, but you can adjust to the learning curve a little bit better than she did. So it's number 5 on my list of worst books for 2016. Number 4 on worst books for 2016, please don't hate me. Lady Midnight by Cassandra Clare. Now, I know that everyone absolutely loves this book. I wasn't impressed with it. I didn't hate it. Close, but I didn't hate it. I absolutely love the characters and the relationships that they have with each other, and the dialogue between them as far as their personal lives is fantastic, but everything plot-related in this novel is handed to them. They're looking in one place for something and they're never going to find it. Minor character comes in, hey, here's that information you needed. And it's just like that the entire book, so it's very, very low on my reads for 2016. Number 3 on this list is Fearless by Elliot James. This is the 3rd book in an urban fantasy series that starts off with Charming. And this is a series that could have fit in the video a few weeks ago where it got worse as it went on. And this is book 3 in the series. And book 1 I was kind of impressed with, but they've drawn some things out way too long to get to this point in the series. And I've very greatly lost interest in it. So it is number 3 on the worst reads of 2016. Number 2 on this list, again, please don't hate me, Second Chance Summer by Morgan Matson. Now, it's not that this book was badly written or that it has a bad plotline. It's just that I found this book so predictable. I could see 100 pages ahead what went wrong and why they hated each other and the things that were going to happen, and it was just much too predictable for me. Add to that YA contemporary is not my genre. It is the 2nd worst book that I read for the year, in my opinion. And the worst book that I read during 2016 was by far Heartborn by Terry Maggart. Now, I was sent this book as an ARC to review before the book came out, and it just left me confused all over the place because the plot line is everywhere and it's going along at one pace, then bam, something happens and it's the end, and there's a lot of stuff that's missing in there, I felt like. Like, it could have had a perfectly non-magical plotline to get to the point it gets to, but instead they decided to use magic to get to it, and it really stressed me out because it was my very first ARC, and I really just did not like this book, and it is easily my least favorite read of 2016. And that's it for the worst books, so let's go ahead and start on the best books for 2016. Number 5 on the list of best books for 2016 is Salt to the Sea by Rudis Pettis. This is a historical fiction set in World War II, and it basically follows these kids who end up on a boat that crashes, and some of them survive, some of them don't, and it is very fast-paced, it was fairly emotional, and it was just told in such a beautiful way, and I'm finding that I really enjoy World War II historical fiction, so I really enjoyed this book. Number 4 of the best books I read during 2016 is the Angel Fall trilogy. I do count the whole trilogy behind this, but mostly Angel Fall. Now, I know this book came out quite a while ago, and I only just got to it this year. It jumped to one of my favorite series of all time immediately because I absolutely loved it. Everything about it. The romance was perfect for me. I loved the main character. She is female, but she is very, very capable of taking care of herself and her crazy family, and just the way that the characters grow and then grow together was perfect, and I love angels, so it is one of my favorite books for 2016. Number 3 on the list of favorites is A Wise Man's Fear by Patrick Rothfuss. This is the second book in the Name of the Wind trilogy, and I loved it so much more than the first book because the society where they use rings to establish status is one of the most beautiful and well-designed societies that I have ever read, and I absolutely loved it. And you get more of just the characters who are in the first book, you get more of them, and it was absolutely beautiful, and I am so ready for book 3. Number 2 on this list is Gemina by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. This is, of course, the second book in the Illuminae series, and it just came out this year, and Illuminae was here. Gemina was so high up here that it's not even on camera. Gemina was pretty dang perfect, and I loved every second of it, and it worked better for me than Illuminae, and it was very, very hard to decide between book number 1 and this book on favorite book of 2016. And then, of course, favorite book of 2016 falls to A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas, because I finished this book and I was in such a book coma that I carried it around for a few weeks. Not even reading it, just carrying it and holding it and looking at it, because the relationship that develops in book 2 of the Court of Thorns and Roses series is just gorgeous to me, and it's more of a partnership than a lot of the reads are in YA, where they're more on equal footing. It was absolutely beautiful, and I am so ready for book 3. Book 3 comes out, and I will reread book 1 and 2 so that I can read book 3, and very, very much am I looking forward to book 3 in the new year. I want to be able to hold A Court of Wings and Ruin. So yeah, that's it for my top 5 favorite and my bottom 5 favorite books of the year 2016. If you will comment down below your favorite and least favorite book of 2016, I'm very curious to know what books I need to pick up during 2017 and which ones you think I should avoid. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and feel free to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. This is the last Wednesday of the year, and I might be changing my posting schedule next year so that it's on a different day. So thank you guys for watching. I post videos once a week. The day may change, or else I lose books. Thank you guys for watching. Have a wicked day.